Vince Guaraldi's piano on Charlie Brown is not only just completely tied to it, it's possible that it's many people's idea of piano. I mean, that by itself, for someone that, what's the, I don't know it, but it's like, it's a, that's, I mean, a lot of people when I was growing up, what's piano? I think probably like name an Elton John riff or something. And then that's something that people, and I grew up with. So yeah, it's pretty important stuff, the piano in Charlie Brown.
Let's start from the beginning. Like, what was the first thing that came? Well, let's talk about the first thing. Did you want to bring your own element of Ben Folds to Peanuts, or were you like, I would like to complement what Vince has already laid out? How did you go through the process of finding that? Yeah,
I played piano, started playing piano when I was 9. I was certainly already, my brain was wired to Peanuts before then, you know, and the stylistic considerations did happen immediately, of course. And that's more of a matter of the ego talking, like should I be copying some Vince? Should I incorporate it? Should I put my own trademark? You know, those things, they come to your mind immediately because that's what people do. Where my mind went wasn't so much stylistic as it was, how do we force that conversation and bust that loose so that the rest of the show can do its thing? Because a lot of times you can say stuff with a song that takes longer. Obviously this. Look, I've already been talking for way longer than the song is, and the song did a better job. And that's why you put a song into something like that. It's the essence of why a musical breaks in song. Why does it? Why you have a song there and the other song there? Because you want to do something economically and like mainline this thing into people's souls so that they can get through that impasse, that roadblock. There's life on the mound. Can you hear the sound? It's the small things, Charlie Brown. I believe that my song was what they named the episode after, because I never remember saying it's the small things, Charlie Brown, until I wrote the song. And in fact, I was worried that I couldn't say Charlie Brown. Like I wasn't sure, like what all the, like, am I allowed to do that? Like it's such a big thing to just hop in and be part of, that I wasn't sure I was actually supposed to use the names. And of course, you know, spoke to those who were making, and they're like, yeah, it's cool. And the bridge was a little controversial. You know, when you're making something, you know, it's like we had to discuss it, like, lots and lots of the tiniest dots can make shapes. It was kind of trippy. You know, it's almost like, whoa, there's shapes and things, and those become a face. And it's like, is that a little bit advanced? And I was like, I didn't think so. And enough of the writers then didn't think so. So that idea made through, the idea that all these little dots, pointless dots, would create a face, where you see clouds from a long way away and see a shape. You get into the middle of the cloud and then it's just mist. And kids think about stuff like that. That's a way in to thinking about how you fit in the world or how you consume the world. Lots and lots of the tiniest dots can make shapes, even faces when viewed far away.
The decision to start it with a shh, I thought was really interesting. So talk me into like opening this song up for kids.
I have to think most songwriters write from a childish place a lot, you know? When I say childish, I mean a childlike place. Because when you're writing a song, you have to suspend everything else. People don't walk around singing to each other. That's not normal. You know, it's like interpretive dance or something. And this was just a story I heard. It's like, okay, I'm coming from her perspective. Shh, can you hear that? No, don't laugh. This isn't funny. Like, I'm serious. There's flowers talking. I was like, is the flowers talking? It's like, yes, he's saying things, you know? And that's the play that I felt inside it. So shh, gives it a way in. It's just what I heard.
Doesn't anyone care about the championship game anymore? Can you hear that? No, you've got to listen closer. The dandelion speaks. Don't laugh, she's got some things to teach us.
most of what comes to me when I'm writing a song just goes, it just comes in from somewhere. That's, I don't start with a reason as much as it just happens. And all musical artists that I know are hacks. And we go and we talk about these things after the fact as if we had some purpose, because people will ask, and it's understandable. Like, how did you decide? Well, I didn't decide. It just went, well, it all came in and I just had fun with it. Had to mind meld with Peanuts a little bit. And I had to think about my kids, and I had to think about my childhood, and I had to think about what kids are inheriting. And also, very importantly, I knew I was in a channel. I knew I was in a safe space channel created by decades of Peanuts that allowed me to make something that wasn't dumbed down, something that was nuanced and actually had humanity into it, rather than being utterly absurd or one-sided or an agitating thing. I was allowed to put nuance in it. And so that was the main, that was what was exciting to me about that. To the right.